Welcome back, players, to The Lucky Die. Previously, Laffian reads auras, Rhal counts cards, squashed cheats, and Zaltanna helps someone named V. After taking a moment to cheat at Go Fish, the group check in on their friends and followers. As Zaltanna and Aima take an adventure through the mansion of the mayor, the shadow creatures return on the stroke of 12 to interrupt the team at rest. What is happening with the weather? How many more world-affecting spells does Dacian have access to? And will the mayor rat them out? I guess you're about to find out. Welcome back to The Lucky Die.
In the time it takes for Zaltanna and Aima to basically very quickly exit the outside of this house, Zaltanna, you basically end up running partway around the house, and Aima is like, okay, we have no time to fuck up here. You have to follow my footsteps exactly and stop when I stop exactly. So we just need to get back to where we were and just be very quiet and sneaky, okay? Because we cannot get caught, otherwise we'll be totally screwed. Okay, super sneaky. I would like you to roll another stealth check, please, Zaltanna. Super sneaky.
I love how Ava's reasoning for going up there was like, we could be heroes, and then doesn't want to be seen being a hero.
The first one was a 9, so.
Okay. As you kind of like sneak behind her, you get to that part where there's like that hedge that means that you couldn't see the rest of the garden, and you can see that it really does make it look like it's just a hedge growing up against the side of the wall. And Aima kind of like very quickly and deftly goes over the top, and you don't quite so gracefully go over the top. Everyone down in the basement, you can hear like the cracking of twigs. You have no idea what this is, but you hear the cracking of twigs, and you hear like a soft thud. And you hear a little bit of a giggle from Aima. You've made it. If you have been spotted, we will deal with that soon. But otherwise, these three and Demi know you're coming. Demi just kind of crawls back onto the top of the bed, and then like she puts her hands over like being kidney shot again. And that's roughly when the three of you or the four of you would hear the other two arriving. Very quickly, Aima just bundles in and runs over to Rhal, jumps right on top of him and gives him like a really big hug. Like, you're alive! That is really good!
I'm alive. I got to go check on everyone. And Rhal's he's trying to run out of the room.
No, what are you doing? Stop it! Stop it, Rhal!
As to check on everyone.
No, stop it!
Who has alcohol of some sort?
I've got my elvish wine. Why do you ask?
Hand it.
Your elvish
over
wine
now.
is at both of the doors.
Yes,
you
it
have them
is.
set up ready for Molotovs.
I did.
Station turn up.
So there's
So
just
yeah,
bottles
as soon
lined
as
up.
you come in, Zaltanna, you would see the elven wine on the floor with like a rag in it.
I'm gonna pick it up, take the rag out, and immediately swig it all down.
Okay. I will mark that I have one less.
Banana hammock.
What?
Banana
I'm
what?
sorry?
Is that why I can't go check on everyone? I don't get it.
What? Zaltanna's just gonna
Who are you-
head upstairs to and find the nearest thing to a bed and plop down on it.
So this room that you're in is like the paramour's room. So there's like two beds here. One of them is partial, like they're both doubles. So you can just pick either bed.
I'm flopping
either
down
one
on
with
one
a
of
demi
them.
on it or one without a demi in it. Yeah, that's
I don't
basically
care.
your choice.
Whichever one's closer to me is the one I plop down on.
That'll be the one to the left as you go in. So yeah, that one's empty and completely free. It was everybody okay? Nobody super hurt?
Yeah.
I thought we took care of this. How many more of this does Dachin have?
Don't know.
If I had to wager, he probably did that as a message to us. He seems like the petty enough type to do that. It's probably like, I can't find you right now, but that doesn't mean I can't hurt you. Like, that whole type of thing.
Sounds about right.
I can just hear him saying it.
All right.
Dodge this, scrubs. Is that the one?
I really need to go check on everyone. It got hot for a second. I'm not sure.
It is still hot.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
I need
it's
to-
hot?
It's still warm. So that blast of air that all of you felt at the 6th toll, it is still really hot. Zaltanna, you and Amy would have noticed it as soon as you stepped outside, and it is still warm in this room.
Is there a hue shift in the world, like when he cut us off?
Not at all.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe he fucking yeeted our plane into Bellum or some bullshit.
Outside, the sky is just red. No.
And instead of blood, it's fire. It's raining fire. I'd believe it.
Ama and Demi would be super happy, but no. Who do we want to check on?
The Dragonborn, they're
be
going to
fairly
get too
quick.
hot. They're going to overheat. I need to get them somewhere cold.
Right. I think there is the what is her name? The person who came from the dwarven place?
Rowena?
I think no, the mage lady. I think her name is M, but I might be wrong.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The representative for Rowena.
Menmark, there we go. Her friends call her N. Yeah, I was super close. N. She came from the dwarven place. She's quite young, but she can teleport people. Maybe she can get the ones that are too hot. Maybe she can get them to an icy place.
Okay. I should try to go find her then.
Last time I saw her, she was at the temple, but she could have shifted around, but I don't think she would have. Okay, let's go. And she, takes a couple of steps up onto, on the way out.
Okay. Rhal will run around too. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do it. Save
Okay.
the day.
All right. The pair of you are going to go off to the
No.
temple, and we'll deal with you.
No.
What? We need to go.
As soon as Rhal steps outside, that means that Dachin can find him. What if this was his plan, was it specifically to try and bait us out of leaving this room because he can't find us right now?
We can't live the rest of our lives in this room.
No, but we're all injured right now, we're all scrambling, and we're all a little worried, but that's playing directly into his hands.
Well, then I'll go.
Does Dachin know you exist?
Yes, he does.
I was there when you were explaining the whole... He was in a bubble, we came back from the forest of the dead, and, me being dead.
Right.
He was in a bubble with your friend Lisbeth.
He might be looking for you as well, then.
And I am not going to live the rest of my life in this room.
No, but tonight we should. For what's left of the night.
Rhal is right. Those children, they could die. The one that came from Geata, they could also die because we don't tell people to help? No. Rhal is right. We have to help them.
There's few enough Dragonborn around here that if he wanted to get to me, he would know who to hurt.
All right.
I'm going.
Before we go, our healers should probably take care of any wounds. And then we have to go check on the Dragonborn. I think they're right. And if Dachin decides to show his scrawny little ass, we'll kick his ass again.
We don't have any webs, though.
No, we'll just kick his ass the old-fashioned way.
I don't really have a lot of magic left. I can't get you out if there's a problem. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I don't think this is a good idea. I think this is going to play directly into his hands if we do. And while I understand the good intentions of trying to help those children, if we die, everyone dies.
No, if you die, everybody dies. Possibly. Not me.
Emma, you know that if Dachin catches you, Rhal's going to go running out right for you.
I know. But we can't leave them to suffer. And I've died once. You can bring me back again. I'll just be a spectre or scary on the other side. I will be fine. I have survived this long and he has still known about me. I will continue doing that.
How often can he look for us?
I don't know. His magic operates outside of what we know and
Twice.
understand.
He can look at you twice.
You're sure?
Yes. He can look at you twice. All the times that you've gone, all the times that he searched for me, it's twice. I'm pretty sure. That doesn't mean that his other spell users can't possibly try to look too, but there once. Once he fucks it up, that's it. So.
I can't stop you. I won't. I just... trying to be cautious. In either case, I need to tend to my own wounds because it hurt a lot.
Have the Dragonborn been going up onto the surface? Is it known that they're here in Falsam?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's known that basically this is like a new hub of like a bit like Kuzak is like no man's land of like rules and shit. The same is happening here. Apella has given up trying to enforce like not having Kino races or Dragonborn on this side. It's not a treaty that she ever signed, and treaty got broke anyway by some person over in Kino. So yeah,
What an asshole.
She doesn't. Yeah, what a dick. An irresponsible fool.
I feel like we're
yeah.
jumping to conclusions about people's motivations. Maybe he had a good reason, like his mom was sick.
No, that's not his reason.
We don't know that. Yet.
I think I physically do. Don't make Mama grow sick. Anyway.
Lafian's just sitting there healing himself.
Yeah, that's fine. Demi kind of like sits up and she says, I can always ask Jandario to come. He knows magics and I think he needs to play distraction today. Anyway, with Daichin. I did it last few days. I can't do this again. Maybe he'll just come and help. He knows magic's different to mine. I'm more offensive. Not in like a bad way. I'm like, I try to insult people, although sometimes I do depending on who they are. But Jandario is a bit more...
Literally offensive?
Try to be. Jandario is a little more protective and controlling on the battlefield. He may be able to help. Favorite bard. Second favorite bard. Okay, third favorite bard. All right, my fourth favorite bard, but hey, who's counting?
Where does Kif fall on that scale?
Oh my gosh. All right, he's my fifth favorite bard. Sixth favorite bard, because after Morgana. Yeah, you see Demi's eyes flash over purple, and probably not more than 10, 15 seconds later, you see Jandario kind of pop his head into the little area where you all are.
Huh?
Good. He looks like he's had like a couple of like claw marks to the side of his face. He looks a little peaky, but otherwise he's fine. And he says, so, Mitra says you need some help with not being scryed upon for a while.
Be helpful.
If you don't mind me tagging along, I can do something about that. Can't get too far from me, though.
That's fine. We're kinda in a hurry, though.
Oh, some of you, I think, should rest. And he deliberately points at Demi, who is clearly just fucked up and very tired. Some of you should stay here and rest, and there'll be no arguments on that one. The rest of you just kind of need to stay within about 30 feet, I'm afraid. Some of us have our unique abilities when it comes to certain spells and powers.
Right. Zaltanna, you maybe want to put your arm on real quick then? I mean, if you'd rather stay with Demi, that's fine.
I wasn't paying attention to what was happening because I've been scarred for life. And I'm trying to forget the things I saw today. Where are we going?
Checking on some Dragonborn children.
I'll go. Zaltanna, like, slowly puts on her armor.
Zaltanna, if I find a way to erase memories, I will let you know.
Please.
As you like slowly put your armor on,
I can ask Spectre.
like Demi reaches into her bag and she pours out like an almost full bottle of blood wine and she passes it to you as you walk by. She doesn't know what's wrong, but she thinks this will help.
She is correct. I'm going to chug the wine as we drink. I want to make note that I should probably make a note of the fact I've now had 2 entire bottles of wine.
That's gonna be a hell of a hangover.
Oh, vine hangover.
Dacian gonna show up and face drunk Zaltanna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking drunken master style this shit with Dacian tonight if that's what's going on.
Falls backwards and then...
Oh, that's beautiful. All right, so I'm guessing that Ama, Rhal, and Zaltanna are going. Laffian, Squash, are you going to?
I was thinking that Squash would sit back and take a short rest. I took almost half my health and damage, and I don't want to waste all our lay on hands on that.
I can heal you if you want.
Fair.
I also don't want
to use hit die. We never use hit die. We might as well use them.
That takes a short rest, though.
That's what he's going to do.
But then you can't come with us.
I have to give Demi the Dragon Leaf sap anyway, so...
okay. You know what? You two have your moment.
Sorry, you have to give me what now?
That was not out loud.
Sorry, it could be so subtly quiet, like, no, I'm going to stay. I have to do with that. Yeah. Okay. So, y'all head off to the temple. Jandariel is very strict about how far you get away. Like, you kind of do that thing where you fall back a little bit, like he kind of like half yells at you to catch up. When one of you try and like get a bit too far out to the sides, a bit too far out to the front, he will just almost yell at you for not being within range. He knows how dangerous this can be for all of you. But he also believes in the, hey, let's try and help people out kind of deal. So he's all on board with that. And you make your way towards the temple. It's a bit of a mess when you arrive, but it's not as bad as the last time. I mean, almost every time you've arrived back in the temple, there's been chaos TM that has happened. There's been blood or shadows or darkness or people frozen in time. No such thing today. There is a little chaos. There are some people weeping, but there's not as many deaths or injuries as last time. Watches have been installed since the last random set of attacks overnight, and many people were saved or just slightly grazed. Who are you looking for in particular? Dragonborn?
Yeah. So I basically need to figure out a good way to keep all of the fiery ones from overheating. And that's probably already happening to some extent, but I just want to help and make sure that, like, a good idea would be to, if there's like water in the fountain, to have the icy ones freeze that over so that there's like a temporary spot for them to like hang out and lay on, like make a biggest chunk of ice as possible, basically, somehow.
Yeah.
We just need to figure something out.
Yeah, you find some clerics who do the create water thing. And then between a mixture of the Dragonborn's help and some of the other mages and clerics around, they just make like this, I'm not going to say quite an igloo, but they do make like an ice area. So there's like a little entrance to get in. It's all icy. There's no like top over the top because otherwise it gets too warm in here anyway. Because if you've been inside an ice house, holy shit, that gets warm. You managed to do that. You managed to get everybody together to work on this. Most of them, once you have either like encouraged them or in some cases had to literally carry some of them over to where the ice area is. You see the kind of ice and the fires just kind of grouping themselves together just so they can help each other, because from all accounts, the day before was almost the opposite. You get information from the Dragonborn that you spoke with on the beach, and they tell you that the day before it was nothing but ice and cold. Day before that was nothing but electrical storms and intense heat and cold. The way they describe it, the weather has been shifting and changing very, very heavily from almost day to day. And today feels like it's going to be an inordinately hot one.
Okay. Well, we need to make sure there are some metal things around to get the lightning stuff out of the way, away from everyone. Is this just in Falsam? This has happened days?
Yeah, who do we want around to explain this that's useful?
I think this is the first time your inner monologue came out.
Yeah, they'd still be here. So like Caden, Taylor, Rosita, Zach and Rondi, like they're all running around trying to help people there, guiding people the way that you mentioned, like, hey, bring ice folks over so we can get the really hot ones, like their temperature under control. Some of them are running around and directing people into the temple so that they can be healed. There are some damages, but not masses this time around. And Taylor basically just comes over and talks to you all. Like, you all look slightly damaged, but you all seem to be made through it. She seems totally fine. You can see that she's holding, or has at least, like, has a grip very firmly on the dagger that Zaltanna had made for her. She clearly had made use of it. And she looks up at you and she says, yep, it's happening all over. We got all this information from people all over Discora that the weather has been, like, really bad and changes a lot, and that whenever I think that Rosita said that it was like a rune that stops us from being able to talk to the other planes of existence that we're on. She said that after that, and the time travels forward really strangely when that happens, and that the weather has been really strange since the last god died.
Well, we'll have to keep all the Dragonborn here working together to counteract it.
That's very smart.
Seems like they've already been doing that if this has been happening for days.
It hasn't been this hot in a really long time, but they seem to like helping each other out. I think the, like, snow house that they're building is really cool.
Okay.
Are you all okay?
Relatively speaking. Been an eventful night.
Zaltanna has a haunted, faraway look, but she nods.
Puts out a cigarette. She didn't know she was smoking. I've seen some shit. Zaltanna adapts a French accent.
I'm sorry that I'm taking this bit so far, but I find it very funny, so...
Didn't you travel with a gnome for a while?
I really wish that Arliss would come and play with us in Discora, because it would be the funniest shit in the world.
I did, and it's not because it was a gnome. It's because banana hammocks are inherently funny, and the idea of Zaltanna being this scarred by a banana hammock brings me inherent joy.
Taylor has no idea why you're sad and look haunted, but she comes over and she pats you on the shoulder a little bit. She says, "It's okay, Auntie Anna. We'll get through this, and we're all safe. And I made use of my dagger, and I protected myself and Son and Rondi. He would have been very proud of us, I hope.
I am.
Daddy wasn't quite so proud, but he was happy we weren't dead. So
I'm very proud of you guys,
thank you,
especially you, Talus."
Yay. I've been practicing, and I've not been wielding it around, even though I really want to sometimes. I've been really careful, and I've been looking after it.
Well, I'm glad that I'm sorry that you had to use it, but I'm glad it was there for you to use.
Yeah. So, in a way, I owe you my life. And she reaches over and she just gives you a really big hug.
Hug her back.
Is there anything else that you guys want to know? I've been trying to keep up with all the information and make sure that people know things, and that I know things.
Has there been any word from the delegation sent over to Kino?
Yeah. I think they said that they were going to go march on a place, but they weren't very sure. It was a little bit murky coming back. But, I know that Auntie Kythea is okay.
That was going to be my follow-up question. Thank you.
She said to say hello, if I saw you before she did.
Question.
Yeah.
When we saw Rose and Cicero,
Yes.
we asked if there was anything she would like for us to tell Caden that them. Was there? I can't remember.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh,
while back.
right.
She's watching through the well.
Yeah, so if you don't tell them, they're going to be well pissed. No, she won't be well pissed.
Go to the afterlife. She's going to be like, what the fuck? You had one job.
I feel like she just said to tell them that she loves them. I feel like that might have just been it, or at least the gist.
I think it was.
There wasn't anything specific like, go dig in the back of the garden and you'll find my parents' jewels. Like, I don't think there's anything like that.
I think there was also something along the lines of like, tell Caden not to blame himself or something, but also like, hasn't Caden been to Cicero? Or did he not go to Cicero?
Died in Cicero, yeah.
So he's been there for a moment.
Yeah, he was there for a hot second, getting killed. Why Celestia wasn't undead things.
He made an express visit.
Yeah. It was pretty short visit for him, yeah.
Okay.
Then he got
Sorry, my brain is still stuck on the epic tale that all of y'all told in the theatre. Just...
That was a while ago.
More
Whenever I think of Cicero, that's kind of all I think about.
More theater should incorporate cannons.
Yeah, so at some point, once everyone's done conversating with them, and we can set them somewhere like a little bit quieter, Rhal will let them know. We saw Rose when we were in Cicero. She says she loves you. She says hello. She's very nice.
She was okay? Happy?
Yeah, she's watching from time to time, just keeping up and...
You see, like, Caden, like, pull Talus in for, like, a hug, and she, like, looks up at you and smiles. Caden is, like, beginning to get very teary-eyed. But Talus looks up at you and she smiles. She says, I know. Sometimes I feel like someone's watching over me to make sure that I'm okay. And it's good to know that that's Mummy.
Yeah, she is, you are on her mind, that's for sure.
That's good. Because Mummy's on my mind too. Oh, it's okay, Daddy. And you realize that Caden is like beginning to like properly cry. Like he didn't expect this at all. So yeah, he's like, you can see that there's just like these tears pouring down his face, and he and Talus have like a really big hug.
Thought you should know.
Thank you, Rhal.
Yeah, no worries. I'll leave you two alone.
As you walk off and leave them to it, you hear Talus is like, bye, Uncle Rhal. It's okay, Daddy. And then you kind of hear and you see Rondi and Zach and Rosita just go over and just like, they kind of look like a family just like hugging each other and just talking. They seem to be settled in like their little dynamic of whatever it is that they have. They seem to be doing okay, even though Caden is just like full on crying. He's just lost it at this point. Like he's just a little overwhelmed. Yeah. No.
Poor kid.
I think Neil deserves inspiration for that V.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Fine. He can have it.
Inspiration.
I'm so mad.
Neil, just take it.
I'm so mad.
Oh, only one inspiration per person at a time? Cool. All right, I'm on board with this new rule.
No.
Well, I've already been stacking them because I had more before.
It's fine.
Just take it. Take it. We need
I've been
everything.
holding on to them.
We need it.
Take it. Yeah, you'll need it for the end. You hoard those babies. Okay, is there anything else in here that I can maybe throw at you? Yes, I can actually. As the kind of like as like night begins to turn into morning, Jandariel is still kind of like doing that. Don't get too far away. Come back here. Like it makes things a little bit awkward, but he's being really careful to not let you out of his senses. And you begin to notice that he's kind of beginning to sweat a little bit, and some of the runes that he normally keeps basically invisible or hidden are kind of beginning to show through as they're beginning to like light up very gently. And you just tell time to time he'll just pull out whatever instrument he has on him on his lute and just play a few things almost as if to calm himself down. Probably hour or two before dawn, maybe an hour before dawn, wherever the three of you are, this halfling lady appears. She's pretty old. She has long greyish hair. She's wearing this blue shirt, like a dress shirt, and she has like these kind of dark brown trousers. And she stands before the three of you, and she says, "Hi." You don't recognize her at all.
Can we help you with something?
It's actually more something that I can help you with. Actually, specifically you.
And she points at Rhal.
Okay. Where have you come from to have something that would help me?
She kind of like has a half smile and she says,
It's more when I come from. My name is Hope. I am what your friend Squash will become.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, we couldn't see you.
It's a little difficult to explain. But Squash was supposed to be there and you weren't. That's why he could see me and interact with me and you could not.
Yeah, we got yelled at for being there. We were not supposed to be there.
It was good of you to accompany your friend. I understand from some friends of mine, and I apologize from looking into Squash's life, and incidentally, some of yours too. And she kind of looks at all three of you. I understand that you're sick.
Right.
And I understand that you asked that somebody told you I could help you.
Right, and Cicero.
They shouldn't have done that. They knew what they were setting me up to do. But I've taken something away. Something that your friend is ready to be what I am. But he has to do something incredibly stupid and dangerous first. In fact, all of you do.
Oh, well, that's our specialty. Especially squashes.
Yes.
she kind of like looks to the side with like a knowing smile. And she says,
I told him he wasn't ready. He's not, but he is too. It's complicated time stuff. So I'm going to help you, but I can only help you for so long. Squash will know why this is. He'll know what this means.
and she reaches into a side pocket in her trousers and she pulls out. Jesus, you're lucky. She pulls out 8 small vials and she offers them forward to Rhal. The vials are clear, round, tiny little potion vials, probably not much more than a shot. The liquid is clear and has a single floating speck of sand in it. And she offers them forward to Rhal.
If they were not supposed to tell me about this, then surely this is at some cost. What is the cost? I only have to last until time to do all of this. Is it worth it? What is the cost?
If you don't succeed, if we don't succeed, then all this is for nothing anyway. There's sand from the hourglass of Bikron. If you take this, push your body into a kind of stasis so that your body can rest, your mind can rest, but the sickness won't progress because your body isn't progressing. It's some really old whack magic. Sirik helped me to do this. He thinks this is our best bet, and for what I know of time magic, it is. There's only 8 doses, Rhal. I can't really give you any more.
But this isn't like hurting anyone in some weird way or anything like that.
Doesn't hurt anyone directly, no. And there are millions of sand in the hourglass of Bikron. But it all represents time.
Right.
What I'm saying, Rhal, is take them. We need you in this.
I don't know how to thank you.
I don't know either, actually.
Rhal opens his arms for a hug? Question mark.
She looks like, she's been around for 5,000 years. She's going for a hug. She kind of like reaches over, hugs, like she's at like knee height to you. She's a halfling. It's a very short hug.
Thank you.
She kind of like hugs you. She packs like above like where your tail is. Like it would be tapping the top of your back, but she can't reach clearly. And she takes a step back and she says, I can't help much, and I can't help often. But it will be good that this age comes to an end and a new one starts. How about you thank me by making sure that we see the new age?
I will try my best. That I can promise.
And don't give those potions to anybody else.
Okay.
If you have some way of hiding them, I would do that.
I can probably think of something.
Good luck. Not that I think any of you need it, but good luck.
Are you sure? I had to take a whole fucking feat that literally is focused around that.
You have been inordinately unsuccessful in some areas due to things beyond your control.
There's this weird deity that seems to have it out for me called Roll20 is the thing.
Oh, yes. I've had more than my fair few tangles with certain deities.
He didn't do many exercises in prison. He's rusty still.
Been out for a couple months now. We literally climbed a mountain. How much more exercise do I need?
Hopefully we find out
2
soon.
mountains, clearly.
Fuck, where's the nearest mountain?
It's almost as if all 3 of you end up blinking at the same time, but she literally just disappears, leaving nothing behind but a few kind of very, very dark greens of sand and nothing more.
Then the Sandman shows up.
Don't
Give me back my
even
sand.
say that.
I think at this point we would utterly obliterate any Sandman shows up. No question, just instant death.
Yep. Just one round, he's down. Fuck it.
Max level.
Remember how
smite.
easily y'all took out the Rat King version that I had? Yeah, it'd be like that, but worse.
Well, it might not be level 20, but we've grown a bit since that fight.
It was nice to make y'all feel overpowered. It was good. It was fun. I loved it. Okay. I'm going to leave you folks there having met Hope, and we'll just go back in time a little bit, because that's what we do now.
Time magic.
Squash. Time magic. Time wizards. Yeah.
Baby dragon becomes
Thank you.
1,000-year
I appreciate
dragon.
that. Thank you, Casey.
That's right. That card's called Time Wizard. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm old now. All right. I'm just going to go grab my cane now.
All right, Squash, hit me.
All right. I'm assuming there are beds in this room.
Yeah, there's 2.
Yeah.
They're both doubles.
Squash is gonna lie down in the
posters.
other bed, and he's gonna let it be quiet for like a good couple of minutes before he goes. Before he's gonna engage the conversation.
Okay. Like, Demi's just getting comfortable.
Yeah.
She's kind of like bandaging up her own wounds, and like, yeah, she's just dealing with stuff, and then just like, lies back.
So he has more of those rune things that make shadows.
Oh, yeah. Me and the others, we kind of been traveling around a little bit and just trying which ones we can find. So we've managed to prevent a fair few. Just obviously, some of them sometimes going to slip through the cracks. So
Yeah.
but we're pretty good at locating them once they've activated now. So I think Sarissa said that she was taking care of this one, or Red Knight. I'm not really sure which. One of the 2.
Yeah, we came back from the stalking with the information that there was something going down in Empty Shallows, but a little bit too late, I guess.
Are you okay with that? I mean, that's got to be harsh.
There's no time to be sad about that right now. Once this whole thing's over, if there's anybody left there that's worth saving, I will definitely put some effort in there. But, no, so, you know how I've been doing things on my own, making decisions and trying to do the right thing?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep, like normal life stuff, yep.
Yeah. And you know how I've gotten myself sometimes into bigger messes because I don't talk to other people or explain my ideas to them. So when we went to get the Clockwork Heart, when we went to the
At this point, Demi kind of like sits up, and she kind of like makes her way to the end of your bed and just sits down, like, and leans against one of the 4 posters. She has a feeling that she might need to be not like 8 feet away.
No, it's not a big.
You're
Okay,
in
it's a huge
slapping
deal.
distance now.
Is that
She has mage hands, just 30 feet of slapping distance.
was that Squash's inner monologue? Oh God, she's within slapping distance.
Brave words for someone in slapping distance.
No, it's not a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. I don't know how to phrase this. I've been, since I learned about the Soulfire, I've been collecting things that are powerful with the intention of trying to help. And
Okay, like what? I mean, you've been stealing stuff? I mean, not that that's really a massive problem for me, nor would it be much of a surprise, but what do you mean things? What do you mean powerful things?
I don't mean it in a learning about mortal avatars and all that stuff has led me down a lot of different ideas of how to help. And there was a moment when we were in what's the god of death's name?
Miracle.
When we were in Miracle's realm, we collected something called dragon leaf sap to, if I remember correctly...
Get Ama back.
Yeah. It was like a package deal. Give them Dragonleaf Sap, we get Ama and the Clockwork Heart.
Right, yeah.
Um,
I think I vaguely remember one of you talking about that at some point, and it would make sense because that means that Ama could come back without actually really having suffered the effects of being dead. So there's nothing really different about her. Like, there's always a broken aura around people who come back from the dead, and she doesn't really have that much, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, so Rhal kind of did me a complete solid there because and Squash is going to go into the bag of holding and produce a vial with whatever the Dragonleaf Sap looks like.
Sappy.
And
Sap.
Yeah.
Bit of, scales in it or something. Yeah, something along those lines. Kind of glows.
Yeah, he produces a vial with a sappy-looking liquid that kind of glows and just kind of opens his palm around it. It's just like, so we collected a little bit more of it.
Okay, Squash, she kind of stands up and puts both hands out in front of her and kind of points at you and at the thing. You haven't been experimenting with that, right? You haven't been trying to do anything strange or figure out your magic about this or figuring anything about it at all. You haven't had it out in front of a bunch of people. It's not been anywhere near Dacian, hasn't been anywhere near anyone along those lines.
There is literally one other person except the core group that knows about this. It's Trempal.
Okay. Oh, that bastard. All right, what did he...
He told me to shove it where the sun don't shine and don't show it to him again.
Yeah, I can totally understand that, because that's kind of volatile. It has a lot of strange magic to it, and it can power basically the most important spells that are out there, and some spells that we don't even know how to cast yet. I mean, there's a spell out there that we think we can cast, and it's a really complicated one. We need to learn the different aspects of this. This could probably very easily power, one of us having to go blind, or one of us having to lose our mind. This could also make planes and stuff. Squash. You just been keeping that bag of holding?
Yeah. It's not like I'm going to try to lie about that. You saw me reach into the bag.
I know, but... Wow. She kind of sits down again and she's like... Okay.
So
Okay, all right, continue. I think I'm with you. Okay, continue.
The guys made the point that I shouldn't be going around trying to figure out ways to cure Soulfire or figuring out ways to prevent things from happening as they will without talking to you, because that's why I'm doing it, and that's very obvious, and it's very obvious why I'm doing this. It's because I like you, and you mean a lot to me, and I don't like this to end the way it will if I don't do anything. So I want to give this to you, and it's for you to use however you feel. I don't know how to use this, and I think you do, and whatever form your use of it will take is your choice. But it's for you.
Oh. Wow. Wow. Let's say that you had my power. I know what I want to use it for. But if you had my power, what would you want to use it for? I mean, you took this, or you asked Rhal to take it for you. It doesn't really matter. It's yours.
Well, now it's yours.
No, but what would you do with it? No, fuck that. Don't answer that. What do you want? No, that came out really bad as well.
Yeah, Squash raised his eyebrows when she said that.
No, this is all coming out wrong. What do you want after? Yeah, that came out slightly better.
After the blissful eclipse?
Yeah, assuming that we win, and I'm trying to be positive that we're going to win this somehow. What do you want?
Well, I'm gonna have to become the timekeeper. So that means that I'm gonna have to be like learning all about my powers and about how to keep the hourglass sparkling, shiny, new, fresh, and how to keep people from messing with it. And I know that's not what you're asking, but let me work my way up to it. And I think it would be pretty swell if I had somebody who knows a lot about powers and responsibilities to help me. To maybe, like, help.
Okay. So, why aren't you the timekeeper?
Because
you said that she said you weren't ready, but why did she say you weren't ready?
Because I might die. And if I die, there will be no timekeeper.
Okay, that's actually a pretty solid thing.
Yeah. Supposedly, as she explained it to me 5,000 years ago, the god of time, I think it was, or some entity of time passed and it left a void and hope took its place. And now she keeps time. And this hasn't been done before, and it may be a really bad idea to give it to a halfling who has an assassination order in magnitudes never seen before in probably thousands of years, along with his friends, by entities and creatures far beyond their power. I'm also a big dummy, so I might die anyway.
Yeah, like she kind of like reaches back to where she's been kidney shot like twice in like less than 12 hours. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I have all these puzzle pieces. I have someone that turned up recently who knows a lot more about casting Wish than I ever would. You've given me access to a lot of power that might help. And I know a thing or two about carving up gods and souls. I have all these puzzle pieces. And I still want to use this to slow the blissful eclipse down.
I understand that. And let's say things go poorly. Let's say things go as badly as they possibly can without the world ending. I want you not to regret your choices. So I want you to make the right choice that will let you have peace in your final moments, that you did everything you could. And if that...
I can't do this on my own. I'm really not good at asking for help.
Let me help. Let me be there with you.
I think I can save the others with this. I don't know that I can save me too.
That's a good start. I want to ask why not you two, but I'm sure you're just going to throw very big magic words at me. I'll accept your expertise in this matter.
I can cast more than one spell at once, but so can my world magic. The magic in my blood can cast magic without me thinking about it too.
Yeah.
I think if I hone it, and I have been trying, I think I can cast the spell 4 times. But there's 5 of us. Will you help me? I don't know how, but I know it's going to be really bad if things go wrong.
Of course. Of course I'll help. Please, let me help.
I think maybe you should leave that with me.
Oh, yeah. Squash, like, mimics throwing it to her.
No. God, no.
But definitely, like, it's 90% like a trick where he pretends to move it with the other hand and then throws it, but he's not shaking it around. Both Demi and... Oh, shit. Name's stolen.
Squash.
Both Demi...
Your name is Squash.
No, Demi and Pintor. No, that's the brother.
Trempal.
Trampal, thank you. Yeah, both Demi and
There you
Trampal
go.
have made
Thank
it very
you.
clear that this is a dangerous thing. He's not shaking it
Okay,
like
all
a
right.
rattle.
Squash, do you have any more of that, the syrupy stuff? I have toast, and last time it was so good on toast.
Rhal,
It tastes like maple syrup because that's just all that it is. I mean, the Canadian flag does have like the red maple leaf, right?
Rhal, last time you ate that, you were shitting rainbows, quite literally.
Rhal comes in and he's like, why did you give my maple syrup to Demi? Oh, is that what I put? Is it so? Did I have the dragon syrup on my toast this morning?
It was the best toast I've ever had.
No wonder it was so good.
It was so
You go
good.
back into it, like Debbie's looking, it's like, why is this only half full?
Why is there a spreading knife sticking out of it?
Why is there butter on this too? God damn it!
spreading
Oh,
knife
Rhal
is
double dip, no.
Oh,
The knife's definitely like one of the like Ralph's acid melted ones, so it's like there's not even a debate who did this.
she takes it from you and she places it in her own, in her own bag of holding. And she says, Okay. When I have a plan, when we have a plan, we have a plan.
Yeah. If you're gonna be messing around with potions and ideas and stuff, I grabbed 2 other things from the mirror world. I am pretty sure, and he's gonna put his healing potion and the poison from the mirror world.
Okay.
I don't know how these work. I don't know why I think one of them is a healing potion and one of them is a poison.
One of them was a lipstick.
Yeah, I'm keeping that for private matters. Debbie, have you been looking in my bag of holding? I know some pixies of fate weaving that would like to have a word with you now.
It's my bag. There's my stuff in it.
They don't care.
Which you stole. Sorry.
Now, here you go. I don't know if these are going to be useful. Maybe they'll help you in some way or another.
No, you keep these.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. You keep hold of these. I think this dragon leaf sap is more than enough right now for me to try and absorb and deal with. And
Yes.
anything else that you said you have items?
Did I say plural?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only other thing I have is an amulet that suppresses magic, and Squash waves the amulet around. It was an idea to hide you from Grumsh, but
Oh,
that didn't pan out. So
I am really glad that didn't pan out.
it's just an idea. Like I said, I've been trying to make decisions on my own, and a lot of them were not the best.
I don't know. We're here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna... Well, my plan was to go to sleep and get some rest, but I think I'm probably gonna end up being up most of the night trying to think.
I
So
recommend
I'm just gonna...
lying down, closing your eyes, and thinking about what you want to do. Like, let yourself plan it out a little bit. Don't go running into this. This is important stuff.
When did you get wise? You've never been wise.
I'm not. Meta, I'm just trying to get her to go to sleep.
Demi, meta-wise, go the fuck to sleep so you can get some spells back.
Yeah, we need your spells back. We need to leave.
Literally, all of our plans right now kind of ride on you.
Hi everyone, Rhal here. Thank you for listening to the show. If you've been enjoying the show and would like to help us out, leaving a positive review is a good way to help us. It helps other people discover our show and lets them know that we are worth your time. So thank you all so much for reviewing the show. And of course, thanks to all of our patrons for helping out. Patrons like Jeffrey Lake and Nick Harris, thank you so much for your support. Thank you again, everyone, for listening and for your amazing support, and we will see you all next episode. Goodbye.
If you enjoy audio drama and fiction podcasts, sign up for the Fiction Podcast Weekly. It's an email newsletter with the latest news, events, creative opportunities, job listings, behind-the-scenes production resources, podcast milestones, debuts, and finales. Plus, it's free. Sign up now at thepodcasthost.com/fictionpodcastweekly.